Double entry bookkeeping part B is all about preparation of cash book. See, I'll give a model cash book here. This model cash book covers almost all the concepts you're supposed to learn from this chapter. Usually, opening balance should be in the debit side and closing balance should be in the credit side. Okay, it will not be applicable for the discount allowed and discount receipt. So we have three columns: discount allowed column, cash, bank. This will be called as receipt column, receipt side or debit side. And this side will be named as payment side or credit side. That's all you can remember. Three columns are the discount allowed, cash and bank. Discount receipt, cash and bank. Three columns are in both the sides. Usually we start the balance in the debit side and finish the balance in the credit side. This will not be applicable for the discount receipt or discount allowed. Okay, but when you don't have the money but you have drawn money more than the amount available in the bank, you will have the balance in negative. Okay, in that case, bank balance shows credit balance, means overdraft. Usually cash and bank will have what balance? Debit balance. Sometimes bank may have credit balance, then you can easily remember this is nothing but overdraft balance. Is that clear? And whatever the receipts you get, will be posted in the receipt side. Payments will be posted here, sir, in this side. Whenever you do any cash sales, so I have given almost 9 blocks here. The entire study will be comprised in these 9 aspects alone. The first one being cash sales or cash purchases. Cash sale will be posted in the receipt side. Cash purchase will be posted in the payment side. See here. Number 1 is all about cash sales and cash purchases. Cash sales is shown in the debit side. Cash sales means after selling, the cash is immediately collected, either by way of cash or it may be directly deposited into the bank. If it is received and kept in your hand, then it is called cash, or directly credited to your bank account, it will be shown in the bank column. Similarly, cash purchases, you purchase and immediately make the payment. In this case, the payment may be out of your own purse or it may be from the bank account. So what is called sales and purchases? Any goods you purchase for the sale to make a profit is called sales and purchases. But instead of that, if you want to use it for a longer period, any assets or any consumables, any assets and any consumable like stationery. While purchasing, especially cash purchases, you will give the cash, as well as in credit cash sales, you will get the receipts. You will get the receipts, right? So in that case, you don't name this being sales or purchases, you name the same asset or that item expenses. Any expenses. Is that okay? Asset sold and asset purchased. In case of purchases, the payment will be there. In case of sales, the receipt will be there. Whether it may be routed through cash or bank may also be possible. You have to carefully read the question and act smartly, right? Apart from that, we may have some other income received, expenses paid. Income received should be shown in this side, in receipt side, and expenses paid will be posted in the expenses payment side. Is that okay? Maybe in the form of cash or bank, whatever it may be, where it will be applicable, you can post there. And cash withdrawn from the bank for office use. Cash withdrawn. This is called contra, like it should be recorded in the both sides of the cash book. Cash withdrawn from bank means in your cash book, remember, in your cash book, cash column and bank column, cash column and bank column. Cash withdrawn from bank means for the bank it's a payment. In the payment side you have to show, and it should be receipts in the column of cash. Okay. In bank you have to name this being cash. In cash you have to name this being the bank. This is how you can post when if the money is withdrawn from bank to your cash box, or money comes from bank to your office cash box. Okay. Fourth one. What is this? Bank to your office cash box. What happens in the reverse case? In the reverse case, cash deposited into the bank. In the case of cash deposit, for the cash it's a payment, for the bank it is a receipt. Under cash, name this being bank. Under bank it will be named as cash. Is that clear? So here, fifth one, cash box to bank. Cash box to bank. And sometimes owner deposits cash or cash withdrawn for personal use. When the owner deposits, now the owner's name is named as capital. When the owner withdraws, now the owner's name will be named as drawings. Okay, drawings is the payment and capital being the receipts. So you post here, owner's deposit will be named as capital in the receipt side. Owner's personal drawings will be named as payment in the drawing side. Sorry, drawings in the payment side. Is that okay? And few more items. See, whenever paid $194 after 3% cash discount received, if you are making any payment, you will be demanding some discount. So you subtracted the discount and you claim the balance. Then how can you show? Here you have this one, due amount payable originally and discount received should be subtracted, final value being the paid. If it is being 3% discount, 3% discount means, remember, this 3 represents discount and this 100 will be always due amount, and from 100 3 is subtracted 97. Here 194 paid means it should be directly shown equivalent to the payment value. 97 is equal to 194. This payment is after the discount received. Now what is the discount received? After drafting this table, you try to find out the discount received using the cross multiplication. How? 194 into 3 by 97. That's how you can get this value. This value being 6 rupees. Okay. In the received side, receipt side, this will be shown this way. 194 should be in the bank column and 6 rupees will be in the discount receipt column. Usually you are paying the money, no, to whom? Some third party. That third party is called creditor here. Hope you will be able to understand the creditors one. If the proper name is given, very good, you can take the name. If it's not so, you can name creditor here. Clear? And we'll go for the 8th one. Received cash after 2% discount allowed, due being 200. So it's a receipt. While receiving, we are offering the discount means it's our expenses. Again, you can draw the same. Due, discount allowed and receipt. If it is being 2% means discount allowed should be 2%, due should always be 100. From the due, discount allowed is subtracted to get the received value, which is 98. Here, what we have been given, due. If received value is given, then you can write here, but due value is given means you have to write here. Okay, clear? Then 200 being the due means what is the discount allowed? You can use the cross multiplication, 200 into 2 by 100, this value being 4 rupees. So it's a received. So this receipt should be posted in the receipt side. Okay, 8th one. You are receiving 196, but 4 rupees discount is already you give. So 4 rupees subtracted. So 196 is the amount you are receiving. 196 is the amount you are receiving. The party who has to pay is named as debtor commonly. If the name is given properly, you can take the name. Otherwise, you can use the common term debtor here. Clear? And the last one is all about dishonor of check. Some of my customer may give a check while giving. I may post that value here in the receipt side. Okay, I may post here in the receipt side that that customer has given me the check. Later on, if I don't get the money, so I have to reverse that. No, so I just post that the other side, and debtors in the payment side. See, debtors in case of dishonor, you have to post the other side. So in bank column, clear? 9th entry. So these are the 9 aspects you have to keep in your mind. Okay. Now whatever the balance you get, this balance comes here. Balance carried on is transferred to the other side, and if the balance you will get here. So when the bank balance comes in this side, only due to the overdraft, then overdraft will appear here. So we don't have the overdraft balance for cash. We have the overdraft balance only for the bank. Now see that overdraft balance will be credit. Bank column will always have the debit balance in case if the bank balance has positive value. Cash column always debit, will not have the negative value. Discount allowed and discount received are not totaled, and discount allowed will go to the debit side of the discount allowed account, and discount received will go to the credit side of the discount received account. Is that okay? Apart from that, it is better you need to know debit note and credit note. Okay, debit note and credit note. Clear? Now, especially we will confine with the debit note. If supplier, recipient, okay. If if you are supplying any goods for rupees 1,000, then automatically what happens? This party will be debtor. This party will be debtor. Sometimes later, this is what about sales. Sometimes later, he is not satisfied with the goods, so he simply returns. He simply returns. That's called sales return. Then debtor should be cancelled, So for cancellation, the debtors is converted into creditor. So in case of debit note, this is nothing but creditors. Is that okay? So, though it is not required for your cash book preparation, I request you to understand this one also. So, this is structure, and for this debit note and credit note, you better know the preparation of debtors account and creditors account. Anyhow, you have these content to be covered in detail in irrecoverable debt chapter and control ledger and all. Here, few items are going to be discussed here. In case of debtors, it's usually debit balance. Debit balance means opening should be in the debit side, closing should be in the credit side. Any transaction gives rise to the debtors value should be posted here. Any transaction reduces the value should be posted in the credit side. When the value payable to the debtors increases, credit sales. When the value is decreasing, sales return. And if he makes a payment, we offer them discount. In these cases, this will be reducing. While selling, we debit the party, right? While returning, we need to have a document called credit note. So credit note represents sales return. Similarly, he has given the check, but the check is not credited properly or encashed properly. Then it should be reversed by showing dishonored check in the other side back. So these are the 4 items in the credit side and 3 items in the debit side will usually come in case of debtors account. Similarly, in case of creditors account, think reverse. Creditors is nothing but you are purchasing the material, then that party is the creditor. So it's usually credit balance. Credit balance means opening will be in the credit side, closing should be in the debit side. Whatever the value increases, should be credited. The value decreasing should be debited. What are the transaction increases the value? Increases the value? Credit purchases. Purchases means especially credit purchases. When it is going to be decreasing? On return, once we make the payment, while making the payment, we ask them to give a small discount. So he has given the discount. That will also reduces. And finally, we have the balance carried on. This will have the debit balance. This will have the credit balance. Only the balance brought down. If the balance brought down appears in the debit side, then it's called debit balance. It's not based on the carried on side. Is that okay? Question number 1. Gurjit is a trader during January 2024. The following transaction took place. This question was asked in February, March 24. Question number 1, subdivision A, carrying 10 marks. So what is the requirement? Prepare Gurjit's cash book on the page opposite. Okay, so the next page will prepare. And balance the cash book, bring down the balance at 1st February 2024. So I am going to prepare this one. So we have been given the opening balance also. In cash, $175. And in bank we have 1,499 debit balances. So 175 in cash. In bank we have 1,499. Okay. Let's prepare. Triple column. So triple column, cash book. So first I will pick, I copy that the other side. You have to prepare in whose book? Gurjit. Okay, Gurjit book. And their cash book. This will be receipt side and payment side. Of course, no need to write. Better you can keep R and P for your better understanding. Okay. This will be called as discount allowed. This column is for cash, this column is for bank. Here discount received, this column is for cash and another column is for bank. Another column is for bank. Cash and bank. We start with the opening balances. 175, 1,499, both are in debit side. Okay. 1,490. I can make slight correction. It's 1,490. Okay. You can stand correct. Okay. So, on which date? 1st January. 1st January, year being 24. 2024. 1st January. Balance. Balance brought down. Balance brought down. 175. 1,490. 1,490. Then paid Sandy cash sales 640 were paid directly into the bank. So on 4th there is a receipt. 4th January. Sales, that too cash sales. In case of cash sales, you get the cash immediately and then the cash is deposited to the bank. So you have to post that value in the bank column. 551. Okay. Cash sales. 640. Paid Sandy $551 by credit transfer having deducted 5% cash discount. C. You minus, while making the payment, you paid Sandy. Okay, you get the discount receipt and you get payment here. 5% means due should always be 100, discount receipt being 5 rupees, paid being 95. Here we have been given 551 being the payment. You have to write directly here 551, which is 95 share. Then what about the 5 value? So 551 into 5 by 95. 5 by 95. Hope this value being 29. As you are making the payment on this date, 7th January 2024, you are making the payment to Sandy. The actual payment made by credit transfer means in your bank account you have to show at 551 rupee and there is a discount receipt in this value being 29. Paid cash 120 for wages. In the payment side, 13th Jan, payment is for wages. 120 should be in the payment column, that too in the form of cash. Okay. Received payment by check 415 from Uma. So received. So in the receipt side, date being 19th Jan, amount received from Uma, the value being 415. We assume this is by way check means it should be posted only in the bank column 415. 415. And paid Viraj 194 by telephone transfer in full settlement of an invoice being 200. So you made a payment on 21st January. To whom? Viraj. Okay. 194 is the payment. In telephone transfer means through GPay or whatever it may be, you made the payment. So it affects only bank. So 194 here. Full settlement of an invoice. Invoice value is 200 but payment is 194. The difference between these 2 is the discount receipt. So I have to post that here, 6 rupees. Withdrew cash from bank $100 for business use. If there is a drawings for the business use, for the bank it's withdrawn from the bank to cash. No, so for the bank it's a payment 100, for the cash it's a receipt, should be posted here. Under bank, name this being cash, and under cash you have to name this being the bank. Okay, bank. And the date of transaction being 25th January. So 25th January. So I have posted all these things. What's our duty now? You have to close this and also find the balance and transfer to the next side. Bring it to the next period beginning. Right. See here, discount allowed and discount receipt will be total, not tallied. In case of cash, I am going to tally this. So 275, which is the highest value in the receipt side. So I put the value in the both sides. The shortage here being 155, named as balance carried out for the last date of the year, from 31st January 2024, balance carried out. This will be shown as balance brought down in the next slide. Balance brought down, the date being 1st February 2024, 155. Similarly, you close tallying the bank account also. In case of bank, the total being 2545. 2545. Is that okay? 2545. Now, if you find out the balance, you will be getting 1700. You have to write here also for the next period beginning. So with that, the first illustration, Gurjit illustration is over. Hope you will be able to now understand, and you finish copying this. We will move on to the next illustration. Question number 2 is all about Kadima is a trader. Kadima is a trader. He sells on credit only. All the sales will be only on credit. During March 25, the following transaction took place and balance in the beginning. Cash 50 and bank 840 debit only. Complete Kadima's cash book and balance the cash book and bring down the balance on 1st April 25. So we'll now prepare this. In whose book? Kadima's book. Three columns in both the side. So whose book? In Kadima's book. In Kadima book. Cash book. Cash book. This will be receipt side, this will be payment side. Discount allowed, cash column and bank column. Discount received, cash column and bank column. I start with posting few items first. First I'll choose only the 4 items up to 19th. I'll try to finish up these postings. 1st March we have this much balance. 1st March. Okay. Year being 2025. This question was asked in May, June 24. Carrying 12 marks. Okay, so here balance brought down, 50 rupees for cash and 840 for bank. Received payment by check 291 from Sophia, who had deducted 3% cash discount. So here due, okay, discount allowed. While receiving, we are offering the discount, balance being the receipt. 3% means discount allowed being 3%, due should always be 100. From that 100, 3 is deducted, receipt being 97. Here, received amount being 2 297 should be posted here, 297, 291. Then what about the discount allowed? You can do the cross multiplication. So 291 multiplied with 3 divided by 97. Then the final value here being 9 rupees. 9 rupees. So on 6th March, so I missed that March 4th, I will complete later, so I will finish up this one first of all. 6th March, received check from Sophia. So Sophia here, 9 and 291 in check, in the form of check, 291. Working note number 2. In case of Lee, working note number 1, 196 by bank paid in full settlement of the invoice being 200. There will not be any confusions here. There will not be any confusions. You can directly post 4th March 2025. Payment to Lee, 196 by bank transfer, and actual payment is 196, but the due being 200 means 4 rupees discount received. Paid motor expenses 26 by cash on 14th. That's another payment. Motor expenses, the date being 14th March. Motor expenses. This value being 26 by cash column. Received payment by bank transfer 375 from Mervi. Okay, so on 19th March you are receiving from Mervi. The amount received being 375 by bank transfer, post that in the bank column. Now 22nd March, a few more items. Paid Mark 240 by online transfer having deducted 4% cash discount. Okay, third working note, due discount. Okay, paid Mark. So then we are receiving the discount, so payment. 4% discount means the discount received being 4 and due should be always 100. From the due, discount received is subtracted, the original payment being only 96. Here the payment being 240 should be posted here, 240. If 96 share is 240 means 4 share, the discount received should be how much? So 240 into 4 by 96. Hope this value being 10 rupees. 10 rupees. I'll post here 22nd March. Mark. Payment to Mark. 10 rupees in discount received. 240 is the amount received in the bank account. Withdrew $400 cash from bank. So for the bank it's a payment. For the cash it's a receipt. Under bank it will be named as cash. Under cash it will be named as bank. The other name is used. And the date of this transaction being 28th March. 28th March. Paid wages 362 in cash. So on 29th March wages is paid. 362 in cash. 362 in cash. And paid motor expenses 91 by check on 30th March. 30th March. Motor expenses 91 by check. So you have to post that value in the bank column. So I have completed posting all these things. Okay. Now finish up tallying this. Okay. Discount allowed and received columns are going to be total. So here 9 rupees, here 14 rupees. But cash column will be tallied. So 450. Receipt side is higher. Usually receipt side will be higher in case of cash. The shortage in this case being 62, being the balance carried on. The last date 31st March, and it will be rewritten to the other side. The next period beginning 1/4. Balance brought on. This value being 62. And in case of bank, the total of this being The total of this being, okay, 840, 291, 291 and 375. Okay, 1506, 1506, and the balancing figure being once again 579. You rewrite, bring it down to the next period also. Second question over. Finish up copying this. Now we will try the question number 3 here. During September 2023, the following transactions took place. Prepare Sakir's cash book, balance the cash book and bring down the balance at 1st October 2023. So in the beginning we have only bank balance, that too 1682 debit balance. So we'll now open the cash book here. Okay, let's see. Let me open the cash book. 3 columns in both the sides. Three columns in both the sides. Now, whose book is it? Shakir. Sakir's cash book. Discount. This is receipt side and payment side. Here discount allowed, cash column and bank column. Discount received, cash column and bank column. We'll start with the first one. I'll pick around 3 transactions to be posted. Yes, year being 2023, asked in October number 24 exam. Okay, 1st September 2023, balance brought down. Balance brought down. You have the balance only in bank account 1682. Paid rent 420 by credit transfer on 2nd September for rent payment. That too credit transfer means should be posted in the bank column. Withdrew cash 350 from bank for business use. For the bank it is outflow payment. For the cash it is inflow. Okay. Under bank it will be named as cash. Under cash it is named as bank. The date of this transaction being 4th September. 4th September. 7th, paid Latif $194 by telephone transfer. Paid Latif $194. Okay. And original due in full settlement of the amount owing at 1st September 23 being 200. So payment to Latif on 7th September. Latif. Payment being 194 on telephone transfer. But original payment need to be done being 200. The difference between these two 6 rupees is the discount received. Okay. Then we will go for these few more transactions to be recorded. Sold goods on credit $195 to Sydney, not required to be recorded because it will not affect the cash. No cash inflow, no cash outflow. Paid $161 cash for wages. On 12th September, wages is paid, the payment being $195, that too in the form of cash. And cash sales 290 were paid directly to the bank. So there is a sales on 17th September and the amount is directly recorded or posted in the bank column 290. Received a check rupees $100 from Sydney, receipt side. So 28th September, we received the amount from Sydney, that too in the form of check, directly post that in the bank column 100, and paid $95 to Horizon by electronic Harrison by electronic transfer, having directed 5 cash discount. So you are making the payment on 29th September, payment to Harrison. Okay, 95 paid by electronic transfer means it should affect the bank, and 5 rupees being the discount. That's all. We now close the books of accounts. Yeah, I have to now total this. In case discount allowed nil, discount receipt being 11, cash column 350, after subtracting 195, the balance being wage is 161, not 195. I stand corrected. Okay, this is 161. Now, so cash balance being 181. Okay, 1 second. This will be circular. Now let me finish off the bank column first of all. 1682, 290 and 100, total being 2072, 2072, balancing figure being 1013. This value will be totally different. So 350 minus 161, 189. So I write here 1st October of the next month, balance brought down 189 and 1013. Clear? Finish up copy. We'll move on to the next illustration. Fourth illustration. You have to prepare for Sara book. Cash 110 and bank being 713. Debit balance we have in the year beginning, period beginning. Prepare the cash book carrying 13 marks. Okay. Let me again open the 3 columns here. Okay. 3 columns for Sara book. So, Sara, cash book, and discount allowed, receipt side and payment side. This is cash column. This one is for bank column. This one is discount receipt column, cash column, and bank column. Let me pick few items first. around 4 transactions. Let me finish up this first. Yes, 2023, 1st Jan 2023, balance brought down, 110 for cash and 713 for bank. 4th, paid $343 to J by telephone transfer, having deducted 2% cash discount. Okay, so what happens here? Due, discount allowed, we have the rent receipt also. 2nd Jan 2023, we receive the rent, 360 paid directly into the bank, so you have to post that in the bank column. Paid, so we have made a payment on 4th Jan to J, the payment being 343 in telephone transfer, and 2% cash discount. So discount received, due, discount received and payment. If the discount being 2%, then due should always be 100. So from the 100, 2 rupees is subtracted, so payment being 98. 343 is the actual payment. I post that here. And 98 is 343, means how much should be this 2? 343 into 2 by 98. That's how you can calculate this value. Then this ultimate value in this case being okay, 7 rupees. So I put the value here 7. It's a rent received, no, should be posted on the other side. I missed by oversight, so I correct this. Rent received, this value being 360 in bank. Okay, I now score out here. Yeah. Then what more? Paid cash $33 for motor expenses. So 7th Jan, you made the payment for motor expenses, 33 by cash. Cash is 395 were paid directly to the bank. So on 13th Jan, sales, that too in the form of cash, but amount recovered directly in our bank account, 395. Now, remaining 4 more transactions. Paid 194 to David. So payment side, 17th Jan, payment to David. 194 payment, that to electronic transfer. Having deducted a discount 3%. So then what you have to do? Post this way. Due, discount received and payment. 3% means discount received being 3%, due should always be 100. From 100, 3 is subtracted, so 97 should be the payment. Here we know the payment value, which is equal to 97. 194 payment is equal to 97 share, means what about the 3 share? 194 into 3 by 97. Then the value being 6 rupees. So here 6 rupees. 20th received a check 388 from Ivan in full settlement of debt 400. So on 27th Jan, you are receiving from Ivan. Okay, 400, but you receive only 388. So due being 400, discount allowed being this balance, and the 388 is the receipt. So difference between these two is 12. This 12 will be called as discount allowed. Withdrew cash 150 from bank for business use. For the bank it is outflow 150, for cash it is inflow 150. Under bank it will be named as cash, under cash it will be named as bank. And then the value for this being, the date being 27th Jan. This is 20 Jan. Paid 124 cash for wages on 29th Jan. wages paid, that too in the form of cash, 124 here. So I have posted everything. Now we can close this. Okay. Now, this being 12 rupees, this being 13 rupees. In case of cash, you get the balance being total being 260, 260. Balance being 103 here. Balance carried on the last date, 31st Jan. And in case of bank, 1856, the balance being 1169. Rewrite the other side. On 1st February of the next month, balance brought down 103 and 1169. We'll go to the next illustration. Peter case. Peter is a trader. Okay, skip this one. Okay. So his statement given here, cash and bank opening balance being 135, 920. So you have to prepare the cash book and you have to bring the balance down, carrying 11 marks. Let me solve this illustration also. Okay. So I'm opening the three columns in both the sides, receipt side and payment side. Now this one is for Peter. Okay, Peter's cash book. Peter cash book. Discount allowed, discount received. Cash column and bank column. Cash column and bank column. Cash column and bank column. Receipts and payment. I'll first record around 4 items. These are the 4 items are going to be completed. And this is all about April 22. Second, 1st April 2022. Balance brought down. Balance brought down. In cash we have 135. 135. In bank we have 920. 920. Okay. Then 2nd April cash sales 410 we directly paid into the bank. So 2nd April, right. So cash sales amount will be directly deposited into the bank. Paid $798 to Rahat, payment side. On 3rd April 2022, payment to Rahat, $798 by check. In full settlement of 840, then the difference between these two, due 840, discount received, payment being 7698. The difference between these two being 42 rupees. So the 42 is the discount received. Paid 42 cash for motor vehicle repair. So on 8th April, motor vehicle repair, 42 in the form of cash. So I put the value in the cash column. Purchase goods list price 320 on credit subject to trade discount. Trade discount should always be excluded. So 320 minus trade discount 10% is 32 is subtracted. Then the ultimate value being 320 minus 32. But anyhow, on credit, no, it will not be shown anywhere in our cash book. We don't have any amount to be recorded in the cash book. Forget about this. Forget about this. Is that okay? Now, few more transactions to be recorded. From here, 18 to 29. From here, 18 to 29. 18th, cash sales receipt. 18th April, sales, that too cash sales. If nothing stated, we assume that cash is received in our cash box. Paid 392 to Samir. So on 28th April, you are making the payment to Samir. 392 by telephone transfer. So it affects the bank column. Having deducted 2% cash discount. Okay, 2% cash discount. So what happens here? Due minus discount received payment. So here discount being 2 rupees, always due being 100, from there discount received is subtracted, so 98. The actual payment 392 represents payment, right? So I post that value directly here, and discount receipt should be, you can get in cross multiplication. 392 into 2 by 98. Hope this value being 8 rupees. Paid Samir, so 8 rupees will be the discount receipt. A check for commission receivable 150 was paid into the bank, so we are receiving commission. 25th April, commission receipt. This value being 115, and then amount is directly recorded in the bank column. Paid 285 to Rafael by cash. So 29th April, you are making the payment to Rafael, that too in the form of cash, 285. In full settlement of 300, but we are paying only 285, so the difference between these two is the discount receipt. Now we can finish up tallying this. Okay. So discount allowed total nil. In case of discount received, it's 80, 65, and cash column being 595, 595. The balancing figure being 268. The last date 30 April. Balance carried on. Balance carried on. Similarly, in case of bank, 920, 420, 115. Okay, this value being 920, 410 plus 115. This value being 1445, 1445, 1445. Then the balancing figure being 255. Don't forget to rewrite the other side. So first May, balance brought down. Balance brought down 268 and 255. Okay. You have received 1300 rupees. Now when you move to the next question, question number 6. Rahat is a trader. Following transactions took place in March 2021. And opening balance being 150 and 1980 debit. 150 and 1980. Prepare cash book and bring it to the next period. Okay. Similar illustration. Let me finish a bit faster. By this time you may be very familiar with this posting and all, so we'll do it a bit faster here. Okay. Three columns in both the sides. Now I'm going to prepare for Rahat. Rahat, okay. Rahat cash book. Cash book. Discount allowed, cash column and bank column. Discount received, cash column and bank column. Year being 2021. I'll pick few items first. Okay. So, opening balance on 1st March 2021. Balance brought down 150 for cash and 1980 for bank. Cash sales 580. So cash sales receipts no. So on 3rd March, okay, sales, the two cash sales. 580 was paid directly into Rahat's business bank account. So it is recorded in the bank account only, 580. Paid insurance 360 by direct debit, okay. So 6th March, directly it is debited in our bank account insurance. This value being 360 in our bank column. One second. Make a small correction. This 9,000, 1,980 is not debit, it is credit. Okay. Credit. So I have to post that value in the other side. Be careful here. 1980. 1980. Okay. On 1/3/2021, balance brought down. Overdraft balance 1980. 1980. You make the correction here. Okay. And cash sales paid insurance on 6th March. Insurance 360 direct debit in your bank account. Paid 196 to GH Limited. So on 9th March, payment to GH 196 in the bank column. And having a deducted 2% cash discount. So due, discount received, finally payment. If the due being 100, discount received being 2%. So the payment in this case being 98. The actual payment 196 representing 198 rupees. Sorry, 98 rupees. Then your discount receipt should be 196 into 2 by 98. The final value in this case being 4 rupees. So 4 rupees here. So you have posted all these values. Then we'll go further these items. Paid 75 for stationery. 13th March, payment for stationery. Okay, expenses. That too in the form of cash. Cash sales 140. 17th March sales cash sales we get around 140. And sold office equipments to Burgess who paid 50 by check in full settlement. So 27th we are selling the asset, then we have to write the asset's name here, office equipment. And we receive that amount in the bank account. I post that in the bank account. Paid 340. On 30th March we made a payment to Colin. 340 is the payment in full settlement. Okay, by check. And value being 350. We paid 340 means the difference between these two 10 rupees is the discount received. So I have posted all these values. Now finish off finding the balance here. Okay. Now the total of discount over dash, discount received being 14, cash 290, balancing figure, balance carried on the last date 31st March 215, and in case of bank you get the balance the other side, the total being 2876, 2246 will be the balance. This is 31st March balance carried on. So you have the overdraft balance for the bank. 1st April balance brought down for the bank 2246 in the credit side overdraft. For the cash on 1st April balance brought down in the debit side, the value being 215. Hope you will be able to understand this one clearly. Clear? So we'll move on to the next illustration. This question number 7 is one of the interesting illustrations because we have to prepare Omar's cash book. Not only that, you have to prepare. Let me first finish off the cash book. Okay. Triple column cash book. We'll finish off a bit faster. So, Omar is a trader. 120 cash book debit, but in case of bank 477 credit we have. So I'll pick few items here. 2023. Okay, up to 12th we'll try to finish off first. Okay. So Omar account, cash book, discount allowed, cash, bank, discount received, cash and bank. So the date being 2023. 1st April balance brought down. For cash 120, 1st April 2023. For bank it should be in the reverse side. Balance brought down. The value being 477. 477. Paid 1000 into bank from his own personal money. So the receipt is there in receipt side of the bank column. Personal money means automatically it's a capital. The date being 3rd April. 3rd April. 7th, paid 360 to supplier Alexander. Okay. 7th April, the payment is made to Alexander. The payment being 360. Telephone transfer, then it is bank column. It should be in the bank column. Cash is 695. We are paid directly into the bank. So on 10th April, cash is. Okay. Sales. And the amount is directly paid into the bank, 695. And purchased goods 340 on credit from Alexander. So it will not be shown here. It's a credit transaction. Okay. Now, remaining aspects from 15 onwards up to 22. Paid 68 cash for petrol on 15th. Payment is for petrol, the value being 68 in cash column. Paid rent 400 by standing order. Standing order means you give the standing order to the banker will release the payment. So it is routed through bank column only. Be careful here. Paid rent paid. Write that value in the bank column. Standing order. Received a check 384 from a customer. Yes, me. Okay. 23rd April. You are receiving from Yes, me. 384 in bank. Original value being 400. So difference between these two 16 rupees is called discount allowed. And paid 323 by check to Alexander on 27th April. You pay the money to Alexander. Okay, 323 by check, 323, and 17 rupees being the discount received. Purchase goods 235 on credit from Alexander, not recorded here. With that, this one is over. Now finish up telling this. Okay. So I'm going to total this 16, 17. But in case of cash, I'm going to tally this 120, 120, and you get a balance of 52 being the balance carried on. The date being 34. Rewrite the other side 15 balance brought down. This value being 52. In case of bank, the total being 2079, and this balance being 519. So I write here 519. Clear? Not only this, we have to prepare in this illustration Alexander account also. Okay. Let me prepare Alexander account here. In the books of Omar, Alexander account. Alexander. Who is he? Okay. April 23, balance the account and bring down the balance on 1st May 2023. Alexander opening balance 360 credit side. So on which date? First date. 1st April 2023. We have balance brought down being 360. So definitely if he is being the creditor, I could have purchased from him. So it is purchases like. Any balance payable to the Alexander increases should be posted on the credit side. Any balance decreases, the payment to the Alexander will be posted on the debit side. Right. So we'll start with this one. Let's see. First one, no worry. Second one, paid 360 to supplier Alexander by telephone transfer. We made a payment. So payment reduces the balance on which date? 7th April. So 7th April, bank 2023. Payment being 360. This opening payment is done. And then no entry. Purchase goods 340 on credit from Alexander. This will give rise to due payable to Alexander. Okay. Purchases, the value being 340. And then this will not be recorded in Alexander, not recorded. Paid 323 by check to Alexander having deducted 17. So payment reduces. So on which date? 27th 4, bank. The payment being 323 for the 340 rupees balance. 17 rupees being the discount. So discount received 17. This one is paid, this one is also paid after discount. And purchased goods 235 on credit from Alexander on 28th. So 28th April we again purchase for rupees 235. That's all. Leaving this, these two get paid and this one remains unpaid, that becomes the closing balance here. So balance carried on. Which date? The last date, 30th April. Becomes the opening balance in the next month. Okay. 1st May, balance brought down. Balance brought down 235. The total being 935 if you want to write. Okay. So this one is over. So in this illustration, we prepared not only cash book, we prepared along with cash book, we prepared the Alexander account also, who is being my creditor. So as I already told you, you better understand this format also. Okay. So we have solved this kind of illustration, creditors account. One more illustration I am going to discuss where we are going to prepare simultaneously debtors also. Kalima is a trader. On the start of the September 2024, Kalima had cash balance 240, bank balance 9860 credit. We have the credit balance here. And a credit customer. Customer means debtor, right? So it's a debtor. So debit balance. Okay. So I think ELISA account should also be opened. See here. Cash book. And you have to prepare ELISA account. And what does credit balance in the bank account? Credit balance of the cash book represents overdraft. We don't have sufficient fund in the cash in bank column. It carries 1 mark. For the cash book 13 marks, and while preparing the ELISA you get another 5 marks. Almost 19 marks you can score just like that. Okay, just like that. We'll try to solve this illustration. First let me finish up preparing cash book. Triple column cash book. Okay. Whose book is it? Kalima's book. I'll start with the first opening balances. So, Kalima account. In the books of Kalima, cash book, discount allowed, cash, bank, discount received, cash and bank. Now, on 1st September 2024, we have the balance brought down. For cash 240, for bank the value is in the other side, overdraft it represents, right? Balance brought down being 890. ELISA account we open it separately later on, not now. Then we try to post a few items here up to 7th. Now paid stationery in cash. In payment side 2nd September cash, this value being 82 in cash. Cash sales on 3rd September, you receive the money, so sales 478. We assume the amount is received in the form of cash only. A check 30 received at the end of August from Badr, a credit customer, was dishonored. While receiving the check, we might have posted in the receipt side. On dishonor, it should be posted on the other side. So I post in the other side 39. The name being Badr. Okay. And it's dishonor of check. Okay, dishonor of check. Okay. Paid wages by credit transfer. So on 5th September, you paid the wages, that too in the form of check, cash, credit transfer. So 1,390 should be in the bank column. Bought goods from Gulnar on credit. You purchase on credit, so it will not be posted anywhere here. Forget about that. It will not have any inflow or outflow. And from 10th to 16, 3 transactions. Now Kalima withdrew 150 from business bank account for personal use. Personal use means it's drawing. So 10/9 drawings. The value being 150. Received a check from Eliza in full settlement of the amount owed less 2.5% cash discount due and discount allowed and received. If the due being 100, discount being 2.5 and you get 97.5. What is the amount we have to recover from Eliza? C. Eliza full settlement. Do we have any transaction with Eliza earlier? Okay, here is in the beginning 520. Here beginning we have 520. That amount is going to be settled here. So 520 is the original due. Due means you have to post that in due. So you have to find out 2.5%. 520 into 2.5 divided by 100. I think this value being 17. So 17 is deducted. Balance 503 is 507. This is 13. Sorry, this is 13. After 13, 507 is received. In the receipt side, Eliza on which date? 14th September. The amount received being 507 in bank, discount allowed being 13, and paid 120 cash into the business bank account. For the bank, it is the outflow, cash into the business bank account. So for the bank, it's a receipt 120. For cash, it is payment. It's a reverse. From our cash box, the money goes to the bank. Okay, the date being 16th September. Under cash, you name this bank. Under bank, you name this being cash. The date being 16/9. Hope you will be able to understand this one. And we still have 3 more transactions to be recorded here. Paid Gulnar, the full amount due by credit transfer. Gulnar, full amount by credit transfer, less 2% discount. What's the amount to be supposed to pay to Gulnar? 200 rupees as we bought the goods from him. So due being 100, discount received being 2%, and payment being the difference between these two, 98. Here, the due being 200, right? So I put the value 200 here, and discount should be 2 share in this. You can do the cross multiplication. So 200 into 2 by 100, 4 rupees. 4 rupees and ultimate payment being 196. So here Gulnar, on which date? 21st September. Gulnar, the payment made to Gulnar, 4 rupees discount receipt and 184 being the bank account. Sold goods to Elisha on credit. This is not going to be recorded. A credit note totaling 325 was issued to Elisa for goods return. This is sales return, also be not recorded here. These things are recorded in Elisa's account. I am going to prepare Elisa's account also. Right, let me finish a first cash book. We first score the basic mark. How much? 13 marks we will finish up first. This one carries 13 marks. I will try to get this 13 marks. 1 mark already received. Then we'll go for the remaining 5 marks. Okay. Let's see. Now, discount allowed column being total 13 and discount receipt column also total 4. In case of cash, the total being 718, you get a balance of 516 balance carried on. The date being 13/9. Rewrite here. 1st October balance brought down. This value being 516. In case of bank, you get the balance in a reverse manner. So 2656, 2656, 2656. So the balance here being on the last date 13/9, balance carried on 2029, 2029. You have to rewrite here 1st October balance brought down 2029. The next question is all about what does it mean? This means overdraft. Money is withdrawn more than the amount available there. So you have completed the B. Now you have to prepare ELISA account also. ELISA account. So let me prepare ELISA account here. Let me see. In ELISA account. Okay. So ELISA account. So I prepare ELISA account. ELISA account in the books of Kalima. Initially we have 520 in the debit side. Initially. Okay. 1st September 2024. 1st September. Balance brought down. 520 in the debit side. As is being the customer, anything increases the amount recoverable from ELISA should be posted in the debit side. Anything decreases will be posted on the other side. Usually, credit sales will increase and sales return, cash, discount allowed, all these things will reduce. So we'll start and prepare one after one. So first one, we don't have ELISA, no ELISA, no ELISA, no ELISA, and no ELISA. Received a check from ELISA in full settlement 2.5% less. 14th one. So you are receiving, it reduces the balance. So 14th September. So you are receiving check and also you allow discount. Discount allowed. Also be already shown here, so we can take this one. Okay, 13 and 507. You don't need to recalculate, already we calculated and available here. This one related to ELISA. 507 and 13. The next one being, this will not come, this will not come. Sold goods to ELISA on credit. Okay, that's a credit sales. This increases the amount recoverable from him. So sales. The date being 23rd. 23rd September. The value being 1,450. And a credit note totaling 325. Credit note. So this part is my debtor. Now credit note means I am cancelling his for what? Goods return, sales return. On 29th, sales return happens. This is 23rd. Okay, 14th. This is 29th September. Okay. This is sales return. From the debit note, we came to know this amount, credit note, right? Yeah, from the credit note, I am going to cancel this 325. And ultimate amount recoverable from ELISA being 1,125 we are supposed to receive. Balance carried on the last day, 39. Rewrite in the next date, 1st October, balance brought down being 1,125. Is that clear?